Okay, it is day 19 of the parasite and detox metal detox cleanse. Chugging along, still taking the herbal tinctures 3 times a day. I've been like super consistent with that. I'm not gonna lie, I had an English muffin today. They've been in my fridge and they're probably gonna go bad. So I was just really craving some carbs, so I had some. And then I saw this thing on Instagram from a dermatologist that said, well, I've never tried pimple patches, but she said that you could just get these band-aids that have the hydrocolloid, I believe that's what it's called, on the band-aid and cut them up and put them on your acne. So I was excited to try it, and I didn't make this recording prior to putting them on. So I'm gonna sleep with them on. But I have two pretty, I mean, you can see this one's been here. Basically, it came into fruition, existence after I started the cleanse. Acne is a die-off symptom, so I'm hoping that like the acne is a sign that my body's purging anything that needs to get cleansed out with the cleanse. But I figured I would try it and see what happened. And this is a place of honesty and no holds back. So here I am with I've got one here and one right here. I'm gonna sleep with it and see how it looks in the morning. And then tomorrow night when I do the update, if it's better or hopefully they're like, I'm hoping like the redness will go down. I'm not exactly sure what I use my body as an experiment. I'm not afraid to like when I feel called to do something, try it, see what happens. I don't think it's gonna hurt anything. So yeah, that's that. I'll keep you posted and see if it actually works or not. Otherwise, just really trying to dial in my food and reset my hormones from the inside, as well as the deer exercise, focusing on raising my sexual energy and exercising all of my sexual organs. I cooked tonight. I made a big pot of I did use some ground bison because I already had that in the fridge and that was gonna go bad too. It does say to eat chicken, turkey, or if you need to eat red meat, like red ground beef, I think it says. But this is organic bison, ground bison, so I tend to lean towards that instead of beef. It's just like a personal preference. I'd love to eat like fresh deer and elk if that was something that I had access to readily. Yeah, I had chicken in my last setup. Like I made a huge pot of vegetables and I put shredded chicken in it. And I didn't seem to have any sort of weird side, like it didn't seem to cause any different side effects with the cleanse. So in the effort of like eating it, the bison before it went bad, I did put that in with the vegetables. So I put a bunch of mushrooms, zucchini, asparagus, some California medley like frozen vegetables that I had in the fridge or freezer. And then the bison. I forgot to put my shallots and garlic in there. But anyway, so now I have that and then I usually just eat that mixture for lunch and dinner, depending on how hungry I am. I know it's like super boring, but I'm trying to do as best as I can on this 30-day cleanse. And then for breakfast, I've been eating some protein oatmeal. It's not flavored oatmeal, but it does have added protein. And then coconut milk, unsweetened. Use some honey, some cinnamon. I did add protein powder, like not yesterday, but the day before, and then this morning to the oatmeal to just add more protein, and then strawberries and blueberries. And then I eat pineapple too. I don't eat it in the oatmeal because I feel like that would be weird, but I just eat it separately. And I did, before I put the coconut milk in the oatmeal, I mixed the protein powder in because the other day when I did it, I poured the protein powder in the oatmeal and I did not like it. Like I ate it, but I almost didn't eat it. Like I didn't like it. So I'm really trying to find ways to get more protein while trying to eat as like little meat as possible. I know that's kind of counterintuitive, but my body just seems to respond really well when I'm like, I call it vegan-ish. I mostly eat vegetables and fruits, like 80-20, a little bit of meat here and there. So I'm still just, our body's an experiment and it changes over time. So like what you used to eat as a kid, probably not good. I grew up on chicken nuggets and French fries and mac and cheese, basically. Like I was the kid that everywhere we went, I ordered chicken nuggets and French fries. But otherwise, I'm from the Midwest, so I grew up on a lot of meat and potatoes. It's just how it is. So, yeah, working on adding more variety of fruits and vegetables into my diet. I mean, I live in the desert, so it's kind of hard. I would say it's not just the desert, it's a food desert. Like we have a lot less items in our grocery store than most people. And I would say that we pay more for our groceries than most people as well. I mean, obviously it's relative to where you live, but for being a small rural place, I do need to get better at going to the farmer's market and also maybe seeing about a local farm. I'm not a big fan of eggs at all. Like I don't like eggs. I just don't like the texture. I'm not really a fan of the flavor. It's not, maybe when I get to the point where I have my own land and I have chickens, I might eat eggs. I'm not sure. I can eat like things that you cook with eggs in them, like pancakes or, cake or cookies or like that doesn't bother me, but like I don't really even like scrambled eggs that much. Once in a great while, I'll probably eat them, but like omelets, no. And here's the story. Well, I'm just not a fan of the taste and I think the texture. But when I was younger, I was staying with my dad. He used to get us like every other weekend or like, I don't know, it was really random because there was a lot of times where he just wouldn't show up. But he took us out to a restaurant with my stepmom at the time, and he ordered me to eat a veggie omelet, and then had like all these vegetables in it and like, an omelet. So it's like pure egg with the veggies. And I was just like, I'm not eating this. I didn't want to eat it. I would have rather not eaten, but he like forced us to eat it. And I remember we sat there for I think it was a couple hours, like no joke. He was like, "Well, we're not leaving until you eat it." And I ate like the most minimal amount of bites that I could eat until we could leave. And then when I got home, I actually went to the toilet and threw up. Like, I don't know if it's just the stress and anxiety or like if I mentally created that as a kid. I'm not like I wasn't bulimic or I didn't like throw up my food intentionally or anything. It was just and then I remember I called my mom and like asked her to come get us or get me from my dad's house. But yeah, so I'm kind of traumatized by a veggie omelet situation. And I've just never really gotten to the point where I have enjoyed eggs after that. I'm not saying that's the sole reason, but it probably is a big reason. I know eggs are really healthy for you, and a lot of people do really great eating eggs. I'm not dogging eggs. I'm not saying you shouldn't eat eggs. I'm just saying that for me, I'm not like, oh my God, I love eggs. And then they're just kind of like gross, like touching them and everything too. And so I haven't eaten eggs in quite a long time. So that's my story tonight on me and eggs. So that's another reason that I've been putting chia seeds in the oatmeal too. So I look for different ways to add protein. I'm also probably going to start looking for like a new protein powder. So this one's fine, but it's just like not super like it would be nice to find one that I enjoyed putting in the oatmeal like without having to mix it in the milk and stuff first. But I do try to have like more of a vegan. Definitely feel better like doing pea protein versus like a whey protein. So, yeah. And then I need to start getting back to doing yoga daily. I do walk the dog outside twice a day. It was really cold and windy today, so I'm not gonna lie, we didn't walk very far today. But I would like to get better at challenging myself to do a little more distance every day, cover a little more ground, and then also I think I just need to get back in the habit of waking up and doing yoga first thing in the morning. I've been really enjoying like not setting an alarm, but there's a lot of daylight that I'm missing in the morning that I could be taking advantage of. So maybe tomorrow I will try setting an alarm. I need to start going to bed a little earlier too. But yeah, that's just where we're at, day 19. So tomorrow will be day 20 and we will be 2/3 of the way through the cleanse. I'm going to keep doing my best to avoid the foods that it recommends. And hopefully by the end of the 30 days, my system will be reset and I can really focus on clean eating foods, trying new fruits and vegetables in my diet. And by the end, so I think around next week, maybe the end of next week is when my period is based on the calendar should start again. Hopefully, I'm waiting for the deer, like I'm religiously doing the deer exercise in hopes that I will naturally stop my period. So when that day comes, everyone will know about it. Until then, last time my period was only 2.5 days. It was down from 6 days. So I am feeling and seeing lots of benefits of doing the deer exercise. My only major suggestion would be that it's not a instant gratification thing. I've been doing it since October, so you should start now. Like you should start right away. The sooner you start, the sooner you will see the benefits from it. It's like an exercise. Imagine that you had a gym trainer and they told you that if you did these two exercises every day, you would be able to stay at your ideal weight for the rest of your life. Would you do it? Like, would you choose to do it? So, something to think about. All right, anyways, I hope you have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. Love you. Bye.